going to have my father, Bob Mackenzie Sullivan, say a few words about the theater and our mission and the impact that we've had over the years. But first, I'd like to take a moment to just, since it is actually Veterans Day today, just any veterans that we have here in the house, thank you for your service. And I invite you all, if you haven't done so today, please reach out to any veteran you might know and just wish them a happy Veterans Day. So without further ado, Bob Mackenzie Sullivan.
First of all, I'd like to know if there's anybody who was involved in the theater in the 1990s. Can you stand up? Yeah! How about early 2000s? 2010. You don't know? Oh, Tim, yes.
Maybe I was.
And so you should still be standing, you know. How many have been involved in the theater since 2010? That could mean you sold concessions. So stand up. Yeah. Or if you paid for the set, or if you swept the floor. Oh, yeah. You're there you go. So there's a lot of, sit down, that's great. It's just really exciting to see so many people here. I don't usually go to these events where I know almost everybody, but this is really cool, I just gotta say. So I want to talk a little bit about Planning Young at Heart Theater. So I want you to imagine enjoying the sight of a pinwheel blowing in the wind. Now take that image and instead make it a pinwheel of fireworks. And you've got sparkles flying everywhere. In the center of that pinwheel, there's the most fire there. That's where it starts. And then it spreads out further and further until sparks are flying into the universe. Okay? So that's kind of how I do theater. It starts with that center, and I want to talk a little bit about the center. Okay? Yes, okay, I've done that. Okay. So I want to tell you about some of the folks who have been involved. Back in 2009, a young woman, still a teenager, was experiencing real upheaval in her family, spending more time caring for her mother than her mother could care for her. And it was a very difficult, switched around relationship. And then her cousin brought her to see Cinderella. She came for 5 more years, saw more shows. Finally, she decided she was going to audition for Seussical the Musical. And she's been involved with us so much that now she is on the board of directors and she is directing some of our shows. So it's just really wonderful to see that. She was hooked on magic. So magic is important, sparkles and magic. So then next I want to talk about a young man who no longer lives in the area. But he was a close friend of Noah. Noah, where are you? You're here doing stuff. He's over there in the corner. And his parents were splitting up, and he did not want to move to the barren hills of eastern Washington with his mom. And he wanted to finish high school here and to participate in our production of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, because he'd been involved in high school stuff. And he really liked this musical theater stuff. And he was able to relax into life here in Tenino and became a lead in the production of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. It was his participation in theater that anchored his life and allowed him to lighten the lives of the audience with his performances. He continued for several more seasons with us before he married his beautiful wife and moved so far away to Florida to be near his wife's family. And it's just wonderful to see him as a young man and children. And theater does good things for people. And we are, in fact, a family theater. I'm just going to tell you about one family. In our production of The Secret Garden, we had a father, his son, and very young daughter audition. The father was so pleased and excited that we were able to include his talented family because for him, teaching his children the love of the performing arts was very important. And that he could do this through performing with his kids in the theater just pleased him to no end. All of these are still involved in performing arts, all three of them. Now, a young woman by the name of Katie Medford, she says, making magic out of nothing is what theater is all about. And she came to us, and she came to us from Doty. You know where Doty is? Yeah, it's a ways out. And she hadn't been involved in theater at all. But she found out about TYT and got the courage to audition. And what we saw in her audition was just a great sense of imagination and creativity. Even though she had no experience in theater. So she became our Martha in The Secret Garden. And with that experience, she knew what she wanted to do, and she changed her college major to theater, and has continued professionally and semi-professionally ever since, while not forgetting her origins here in Tenino. Occasionally, we are blessed by her taking minor roles or being a scenic painter. Boy, is she good. She makes magic happen. While other actors are, just all of the actors are really important in the center part of the pinwheel, giving that spark of life in theater. Those who are also technicians also do crucial work. One of our young actors became interested in costumes, and he began to make his costumes and to assist others. His spark blossomed into a colorful costume ring of the pinwheel by teaching costuming and building costumes at the university level. I just am amazed at how it doesn't stay just kids. While for me it would be a real pleasure and a treat to have these folks involved in every show. For the moments that they have been on our stage, they have all sent sparks into the community, the audience, causing discussions about many topics, making people think new and different thoughts about things like prejudice, justice, hope, family, love, and life. And sometimes they just make us laugh. You are the audience, are the sparkles that are going out from the pinwheel on the outside. And we are at, let me start this line instead of you are audience, and we are all audience at times. Our outer ring of the pinwheel of fireworks. You take with you the stories we share, and you are the very sparks of the new stories we tell in our performances. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for helping the magic still come. I don't think I've ever given a speech. So, for your being here tonight and for your willingness to enjoy each other's company, because it's been a wonderful evening. And that's so good, and I haven't gotten around to talk to everybody yet. I don't know if I'll make that, but personally, I just am so glad you're all here.
Yay.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Have my lovely runners, Jenny and Clara, so hopefully we can get you your items. All right, I promise to make this hopefully as painless as possible. I'll do my best. The winner of the Easy Pies Red Basket, which included baby tools and ingredients, goes to